Roger Ramjet and his eagles fighting for our freedom. Fly through wind and outer space, not to join 'em, but to beat 'em. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station. So come and join us, all you kids, for lots of fun and laughter. As Roger Ramjet and his men get all the crooks they're after. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station.
As we begin this palpitating episode, Roger Ramjet is seated in his lodgings at American Eagle headquarters when an unexpected visitor arrives.
Mr. Ramjet, you gotta help me. I'm in trouble.
Calm yourself, my good fellow. Just who are you?
Mr. Ramjet, my name is Arnold Overprice. I'm in real estate.
But I thought you said you were in trouble.
Same thing. You see, I got this rat trap, this lovely home on the market, and I just can't seem to move it.
Why don't you call a house mover? They'll put it on one of those big trucks, you see, and then about 3 in the morning...
No, I don't mean that kind of moving. I mean I can't sell it.
Maybe there's something wrong with it.
Listen, kid, there's nothing wrong with any house listed by honest Arnold Overprice, the realtor with a heart. Why, this near-new beauty has everything. A real pride of ownership gem. Near all schools, walk to shopping, park-like grounds, 3 in a den, all built-ins, low down, submit offer.
But how can I help? I don't know anything about real estate.
Well, it's like this, Ramjet. The reason the house hasn't sold is because of all those vicious rumors.
Why don't you tell him to move?
Who?
All them vicious rumors. Let him move to another rooming house.
Kid, you got a real winning mouth there. What I mean is somebody, probably a competitor, is brooding it about that the old joint, lovely home, is haunted.
Haunted? Why, that's ridiculous.
That's what I say, but nobody believes me.
Oh, that's difficult to understand.
This kid's gonna grow up to be an FHA inspector.
But why would anyone believe the house is haunted?
Well, the last people who lived there were a couple of nuts. Claimed they heard strange noises at night.
What kind of noises?
You know, the usual things, screams and moans, chains rattling, couple of wolf howls. Nothing out of the ordinary for a tract neighborhood.
Yeah, if the tract is in Transylvania.
But what can I do to help?
Well, everybody knows what an honest superhero-type guy you are, Ramjet. If you say the house ain't haunted, who'd believe otherwise?
Yeah, who indeed?
Kid, you look like a Quonset hut I once sold. Will you help me, Ramjet?
I can't refuse the request of any decent, law-abiding citizen.
Ramjet, you're a prince. Say, you don't want to list this cracker box, do you? It's in terrible shape, and I got a buyer who'll come in cash to the loan.
But rejecting Honest Arnold's generous offer to swap American Eagle headquarters for a GI resale igloo in Yuma, Arizona, Roger Ramjet and his young companion set about the task at hand.
Doodle, we can solve this haunted house mystery in the classic way. To prove the house isn't haunted, we'll spend the night there.
What do you mean, we, paleface?
Doodle, you're not scared.
I'm not? Then how come my little heart is pounding within my chubby little body?
But frightened or no, Doodle accompanied Roger that night to the deserted house.
It's awfully quiet, isn't it? I guess there's nothing lonelier than an empty house.
Yeah, nothing like the flutter of bat wings and a patter of hairy little paws to make a house a home.
Now, don't let your imagination run away with you.
Suddenly they heard a sound that made their blood run cold.
What was that?
Oh, probably just a neighbor's werewolf. Dog, I mean. Doodle, you don't suppose this house really is haunted?
I think we'll find out in a minute. That door is opening. Look, Roger, it's a ghost.
Who's a goat? Well, that's what you call a guy, chubby.
But who are you?
I'm an old-time radio actor. Fella hires me to walk around here of the evening and make horrible noises like I used to do in the old days with Arch and Orson and them cats. Says if people think the joint is haunted, the whole neighborhood will start moving out and he can buy the land cheap. Oh, that Honest Arnold is a clever one.
And so, having discovered that Overprice himself was behind the scheme, Roger Ramjet did a little dealing of his own.
Scare us, will you? Well, here's a real blockbuster for your trouble. Now, what do you have to say for yourself, Honest Arnold?
Listen, to show there's no hard feelings, I can let you have a terrific deal on a nice little piece of income property just outside of Lompoc. Nothing down, and
And so, once more, this land is more valuable to live on, thanks to Roger Ramjet and the American Eagle. As this emphatic episode begins, we find Roger Ramjet doing what he does best, sleeping. Suddenly...
What? Who could be? Well, that's funny. The phone keeps ringing. Oh, yes. Hello. Oh, not at all. I had to get up to answer the phone anyway. See you when you get here. Hey, kids, wake up! My cousin Cockeye is coming for a visit.
Who's Cousin Cockeye, anyway?
Cousin Cockeye is a most unusual man. He's a world adventurer. Why, last I heard, he was in Africa trying to teach cannibals to act nice.
As Roger Ramjet recounted more stories of the fabled Cockeye, other forces were at work, somewhere in a remote part of town.
Now you got the plan, boys? When Ramjet's cousin comes to town, we'll snatch him. Then, for his ransom, we'll make Roger Ramjet stop fighting crime. That way, nobody will bother us when we rob banks and stuff, right?
Yeah, kidding there. I won't ever rob a bank without Roger in
teachers.
jail.
Cousin Cockeye, come in. How have you been?
Well, just fine, except that I have these invisible bugs all over me. There.
Well, don't brush them on me.
Sorry. Well, Roger, how's the hero business?
Fair to middling.
Gosh, Cousin Cockeye, is it true there still are cannibals?
Yes, sir, kids. Well, just the other day, I saw a man eating pictures out of Life magazine. Some of them prefer the dehydrated stuff.
Suddenly,
Hey, hell, what's the meaning of this? You got the wrong man.
No, we ain't.
That's Noodles Romanoff, the man from Nasty. We've got to save Cousin Cockeye. But why would they want him?
A ransom note for Roger Ramjet. You want to sign for it?
Oh, yes, and here's something for you.
A dime. Only a dime? I pity the poor kidnappers. What a...
Listen to this. Noodles says, Ramjet, we'll kill your cousin if you don't meet our terms. You must get out of the hero business. Never stop another crime as long as you live, or it's curtains for Cockeye. It's signed, Best personal regards, Noodles. Boys, this is dangerous.
Wait, Roger. I have a plan.
I knew you would, Dan. What is it?
Well, supposing... Extra! Read all about it. Roger Ramjet quits. Ramjet won't fight crime no more. Anymore. Sorry about that.
See there? It's clear sailing now. Watch this. Hello, National Bank. This is Noodles Romanoff, and this is a stick-up. Mail me $10,000.
This is terrible. The world will be fraught with crime. Oh, woe is me and others.
But just as Noodles was about to call another bank, there was a knock on the hideout door.
Who's there?
Tex.
Tex who?
Tex us to get cousin out of danger.
Quick, American Eagles, take these proton energy pills. They give us the strength of 20 atom bombs for a period of 20 seconds.
Hey, that's not fair. Ramjet promised.
Yeah, Roger did, but we didn't. Come on, gang. Give it to them. That will fix Noodles and the no-goods. You're free, Cousin Cockeye.
Boys, I don't know how to thank you. You're really heroes, all right.
And so once again, good thinking on the Eagles' part saved the day for America and made this country a nicer one in which to win Man of the Year awards in. The rat, or two, from... Bye. As this ethereal episode begins, we find America's favorite hero, Roger Ramjet, at American Eagle Squadron headquarters trying to catch up on his all-important paperwork.
That's funny. I thought I paid this bill last month. Why is everybody dunning me? And what's this? Another bill from my friendly doctor. Please remit overdue payment, or I'll kill you. Hello, Roger Relief Rolls Ramjet here.
Hello, Roger. This is Bob Bungling of Bungling Brothers Circus. You remember me?
Of course. How could I ever forget you, Mr. Circus?
No, it's Bungling, Roger.
That's funny. You're the third person today who's called me Bungling Roger.
Now, here's my problem, Roger. I own this circus, see? But nobody's coming to see us perform. Not only are people not coming to the circus, but strange things are happening here. Accidents and disappearances and things. The bank is about to foreclose on me if I don't come up with some money, and quick.
Well, I'm sorry, Bob, but I'm a little short now myself. Just had to pay my SAG and AFTRA dues. And...
No, Roger. I don't want money from you.
Gee, with kids sick and all, and, Oh, you don't? You didn't?
No. I thought because you're so famous, maybe you would perform in the circus. Now, I'm sure thousands of people will pay to see you, and that way, I can pay off the loan at the bank.
Well, I'd like to, Bob, but circuses are a little out of my line.
Good. It's settled, then. I'll see you tonight. Goodbye.
Besides, I'm not so sure... Goodbye?
Word spread quickly that Roger Ramjet was going to perform in the circus, and thousands of people flocked to see the show. But as the people hurried down the aisles to their seats, evil happenings were happening, and they were happened by none other than Noodles Romanoff, the man from Nasty.
Okay, boys. I figure we just cause a few more accidents and the circus will close. Then we can buy it cheap.
Cheap. Chirp.
And with Roger Ramjet here, we can kill two birds with one stone. Take over the circus and get rid of rotten Ramjet. Boys, we never had it so bad.
Better.
Worcester.
Now let's get into our clown costumes. The show can't go on.
And now Roger Ramjet will perform his death-defying trapeze act. High atop the tent, without the aid of a net, Ramjet will turn a triple somersault, spin through a flaming hoop, catch the other trapeze while balancing a live chicken on his head.
Quick, boys, we've got to get his proton energy pills. He'll never be able to do this act without them.
Hey, all right, you guys, stop the clowning now. I've got a serious shtick to perform. Feast your eyes on the top of the tent. I'd be worried about this trick if it weren't for my proton energy pills. I'll just take one here. What? Yipes, they're gone. Somebody stole them. I can't do this without them. Will dive from his perch into this tank of flaming alligators. Hey, those dumb clowns have moved the tank. Some guys will do anything for a laugh.
Roger, are you hurt?
No, certainly not. How could a hero falling 300 feet and landing on his head possibly be hurt?
Roger, you saved the circus.
And here's a little extra present. These are your accidents, Noodles Romanoff and the no-goods. They're the ones behind all your trouble.
Glad you found us out.
Have them arrested. They'll be put away where they won't bother anyone for a long, long time.
Well, that's showbiz.
And as Roger Ramjet slowly sinks into bed, we bid a fond farewell to him and his heroic, death-defying, sparkling, super-colossal, stupendous circus act.
You left out wonderful.
Oh, yeah, wonderful, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Gee, Roger, there sure are some interesting pictures and souvenirs here in the American Eagle Trophy Room.
Yes, my boy. Memoirs of a long career in heroing.
What's this, Roger? It looks like those things they wear in Arabia.
Exactly, Doodle. And this has special significance. This, my dear friends, is the Burnous of Bernice.
The what of who?
That's whom. And I repeat, this is the Burnous of Bernice.
But who is Bernice?
Bernice is the niece of Tounous, the Sheik of Chalous.
Sounds like something's loose.
Well, would you like me to tell you the story behind the Burnous of Bernice?
Yeah, tell us,
please,
yeah.
tell us.
Very well. It all began many years ago when I happened to be in London, talking with Sir Wapley Fosgrovel Crimnon in charge of British affairs in the Middle East, of which there were plenty in those days.
I say, Ramjet, wondered if you could do me a favor. The Sheik Tounous of Chalous is having a spot of trouble with a neighboring tribe. Knowing your reputation, I thought you might give him a hand.
And so the very next day, I was winging my way over the burning desert toward the tiny sheikdom of Chalous. What's that below? Water? Of course, it's just a mirage. I'll land right here in the middle of that big lake. Oops. Sorry about that, Your Highness.
Ramjet, Sir Wapley speaks quite highly of you. Perhaps you are the one to solve this mess.
It seemed that the Sheik of Chalous had a nice niece named Bernice. Well, the son of a neighboring sheik, who had fallen madly in love with Tounous's niece Bernice, had carried her away one night.
Gee, that sounds romantic.
Yes, but the young man's father, Kawik, the Sheik of La Creek, was Tounous's most bitter enemy. The two tribes were on the verge of war.
Gosh, it's like Romeo and Juliet in a desert.
Who?
That's whom, and forget it, Roger. Go on with your story.
What story?
The story of the Burnous of Bernice, the nice niece of Sheik Tounous of Chalous, who was carried away by the son of Kawik, the Sheik of La Creek.
Oh, yes. That story. Well, I decided that the first thing I must do is return Bernice to her people.
You mean you went to kidnap her back?
No, I went to kidnap all of her. That night, I'd walk a mile not to ride on one of these. Ah, this must be the camp of Sheik Kawik. No sooner had I entered the camp when I was accosted by a guard. Wait! Hold on! I'm an American citizen! I have Standard Oil stock!
Who are you, Yankee dog? Why do you come here?
I come as a representative of Sheik Tunus. He wishes that your tribes might live together in peace.
Never. Now I shall have my man, Ali Boo and his 40 thugs tear you to pieces.
Time to take a proton energy pill, but the desert has made my throat dry. Sheik, could you spare me a drink of water?
Since that is your last request, I cannot refuse.
Thank you.
Cut him down. Ramjet, you are indeed a man among men. I hereby name you El Raj, the Desert Ox.
And so the tribes were united. In gratitude, Bernice gave me her burnous, the very one you see here.
Is it valuable, Roger?
Not really, but there was a great recipe for shish kebab inscribed in the sweatband.
And so ends Roger Ramjet and his story of the burnous of Bernice and the nice niece of the Sheik Tunis of Toulouse, who was carried away by the son of Kawik, the Sheik of Retreat, and the American Eagles. As this evergreen episode begins, we find Doodle very upset and arguing with Roger Ramjet. Doodle said,
Why can't I?
and Roger said,
Because you're too little. You could be hurt. Why, I remember when I was a boy.
Did you play baseball, Roger?
No.
and so it was settled. Doodle was to begin practice with Lenny's Laundromat baseball team in the Lompoc Little League.
Okay, Doodle, keep trying. Our first game is tomorrow, and we want to be ready. Oh, hello, Mr. Ramjet.
Hello there. Are you the coach?
That's right, yes, Suds Claude. Been coaching the Laundromat team for 5 years now.
Well, how does the team look this year?
Competition-wise, we're in trouble. We play last year's champs tomorrow, Lautenschlager's Pickle Factory. They got a bunch of real winners, especially their pitcher, kid by the name of Romanoff.
Romanoff, not Noodles Romanoff.
No, it's Noodle's son, Prince. He's murdered.
Like father, like son.
What was that, Mr. Ramjet?
I said it's farther to run. I'll see you later, Coach.
Roger told Doodle he would be back later, but he had an idea. He knew that wherever Noodles Romanoff, the man from Nasty, was involved, something bad was going to happen. Roger decided to visit the Lautenschlager's team practice.
Not exactly the friendliest team I've ever seen. I think I'll just peek over this fence and see what's going on.
And sure enough, as Roger raised himself up to see, Noodles Romanoff was involved, and so were the no-goods.
Okay, Prince, baby. Tomorrow's the big game, and you gotta win it. Your daddy has better roll on this game.
Don't worry, Daddy. It's a cinch. Why, with this radio-controlled ball you gave me, I could beat the Yankees, right?
You said it.
Yeah, sure could.
Who couldn't?
Who are the Yankees?
Now, don't worry about pitching. All you gotta do is toss the ball. I'll have this control in the stands. I can guide the ball so even Babe Ruth couldn't get wood on it. Nobody'll hit you, Prince of mine.
So that's the plan, eh? Noodles is betting on Little League games and cheating so he will win the bet. There's something that's not on the up and up about this.
And the next day at the game, sure enough, Doodle was on the bench and Roger was in the stands. So was Noodle.
To get in there, Prince, baby.
You're out of there!
Way to go, sweet arm.
And batter after batter got badder and badder. No one could hit the ball. But the Lautenschlagers weren't that much better with the sticks. Well, it finally happened. The Lautenschlagers finally scored a run and now led the game 1-0 with the Laundromats coming to bat for the last time.
Okay, Doodle, I want you to pinch hit for Bernard.
Pinch who?
Get a bat and get up there.
Your attention, please. Doodle for Pinard.
Sounds like something you do in art class. I'll just fix him. He's one of Ramjet's buddies. Wait till I turn on my cheater control.
The poor kid, he doesn't realize he's trying to accomplish the impossible. I've got to smash that cheater thing.
Doodle is waiting for the pitch. Comes in straight as a string and he powders it. Doodle hits a home run. Doodle's a hero.
Doodle, you won the game!
No, I didn't, Roger. It's just tied up 1-1.
I have a feeling you're going to win. Now...
Yes, without the radio-controlled cheating mechanism, Lautenschlagers didn't stand a chance. The game was still going on the next day, and when last heard, the score was
11,352 to 1.
proving once again.
Crime doesn't pay as well as construction work.
And once again, Roger Ramjet, that all-American good guy and devil-may-care flying fool, has saved baseball and the world and the Little League and Saturday movies and rock and roll and a lot of other things, too, by gosh.
Today's exciting episode begins about a foot and a half to the left of yesterday's exciting episode at American Eagle Squadron headquarters.
Hey, gang, I got a letter here with no stamp on it. Who do I know owns a post office?
Why don't you open it?
Good thinking, Dee. Hey, it says your friends and neighbors have selected you to come to the aid of your country. Report immediately to your Army Draft Board. Do not pass go. I've been drafted into the Army. I'm too young.
There must be some mistake. Of course you're too young. Let's ask Roger. We can't. He's on his way to Lompoc to the chiropractor's annual convention. They want him to throw out the first back. Doodle, you'll just have to go down there and explain to the draft board.
But that proved easier said than done. The sergeant said,
You got papers from the government and then you're drafted.
and Doodle said,
But I'm too young, and I don't see so good.
and the sergeant said,
We'll give you false whiskers and put you right up front and you won't miss a thing.
and Doodle said,
I won't like it.
and the sergeant said,
You can have all the chow you want to eat.
and Doodle said,
Where do I sign?
and so young Doodle was inducted into the Army even though he was too young. It appeared that the Army had made one of its first mistakes since Valley Forge. Doodle was immediately put into a basic training unit with many other recruits.
All right, you recruits, we're going to learn you how to soldier gooder than anything. First off, I want you to learn to run through an obstacle course. Now run.
I'm hungry.
Get out there
And the daily inspections were no better for poor Doodle.
Where's the man who belongs to this equipment?
Down here, your worship.
You're very, very short.
And fat. Now, can I get out of this chicken outfit?
But it seemed Doodle was destined to be a private in that man's army unless something could be done to show the government that they made a mistake and drafted a boy.
Roger, how are we going to get Doodle out of the Army?
Yank, my boy, they loved me in Lompoc.
But what about Doodle?
Oh, yes. Well, I'll fly to that Army camp right away and explain to the general. I'm sure he'll understand.
And Roger did just that. And the general did understand. But he said,
Unfortunately, Ramjet, there's nothing we can do about it right now. Our camp is having war games. All of the men are out on maneuvers.
Do you mean you're pretending there's a war and fighting among yourselves?
That's it. We divided the men into two groups, the Red Army and the Blue Army. They're fighting right now with blank ammunition.
Here's one for Wallace Berry.
I got you! I got you first! You did not! I got you first! Boy, you really make me mad, Fred! Oh, yeah? Take this! Ooh! Sting! Burn!
You mean we can't get Doodle out of the Army until these war games are over?
I'm afraid not, Ramjet.
Hark! What's that sound of marching feet, General?
It's the sound of marching feet, Ramjet. And look!
Captured guy, stop. I mean, halt. Private Doodle's reporting, sir.
Why aren't you men out playing war games?
I captured them, General. They're all my prisoners.
Good lad, Doodle. But your prisoners are from both the Red and the Blue Armies.
You know I'm colorblind, Roger.
Nice work, my boy. I'm going to give you a medal.
Couldn't I just have a cheeseburger instead?
All right, but you're going to look pretty messy with a cheeseburger pinned to your chest. Private Doodles, we salute you. Goodbye and good...
and so ends another fun-filled, action-packed, gas-operated, clip-fed, semi-automatic, air-cooled episode of Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles. Today's cinematic episode begins in Hollywood in the plush office of Z.Z. Blech, head of Blech Motion Picture Studios.
Cosgrove, this is a catastrophe.
Right, Chief?
Here we are about to bring an epic motion picture to the screen. The true life story of America's superhero and devil-may-care flying fool, Roger Ramjet.
Right, Chief?
And every time we try to shoot a scene, a terrible accident happens. I'm going out of my mind.
All right, Chief.
Stop agreeing with me. Oh,
Right, Chief.
Just then, Blech's ace director, Erich von Grechsmacher, burst into the office. Ach, du lieber, Zizi! We got more trouble on the set, and where is Zizi?
Pretty bad move career-wise, Grepsmacher.
Oh, I'm sorry, Zizi, but this is an emergency. You know, we've lost our leading man.
Another accident?
Yeah, in the middle of the scene there, an elephant stepped on him.
But there are no elephants in this picture.
Aha, you noticed that too, huh? Yes, Blech was in trouble, because behind these mysterious accidents was that notorious arch-criminal, Noodles Romanoff and his band of no-goods.
They'll never make this flick with us around, eh, boys?
No.
Right,
Yeah, kill.
Vanilla.
Who knows?
Noodles had been hired by a rival company to sabotage the making of this important motion picture, Ramjet of Lompoc. Disguised as stagehands, he and his no-goods had done their dirty work well. Oh, go quiet on the set now. Ready, on the lights, on the action, on the camera.
Ooh, that's the last straw. I quit.
It's hopeless. Where are we going to find an actor to star in Ramjet of Lompoc?
Why don't you get Roger Ramjet himself to play the part?
Wait, I have a brilliant idea. Why don't we hire Roger Ramjet himself to play the part?
And so it was that Roger Ramjet was called to Hollywood to play the lead role in that all-time film classic, Ramjet of Lompoc.
There we are, the studio below. I think I'll land right on the set.
Stop fooling around with the verschluggene cameras there, Schweinhut, Dummkopf. You ruined the entire scene.
And you ruined my best Roger Ramjet suit.
Roger Ramjet. Oh, my new star has arrived here. Come, we will begin shooting at once. And before you could say Eugene Pellet, Roger found himself before the cameras in the opening scenes of his life story, Ramjet of Lompoc.
Shall we get on with it?
Oh, now, Roger, in this scene, you see, you're supposed to jump from a 10-story building. But don't worry, because we catch you on a net, huh? Okay, everyone, quiet on the set. Ready, Roger?
Ready anytime you are, CB.
Okie dokie, roll 'em. And with the cameras rolling, Roger Ramjet calmly jumped off a 10-story building toward the waiting net below.
There's something familiar about those men holding that net down there.
Nets to you, Ramjet.
Why, it's Noodles Romanoff and his band of...
Roger, speak to me.
Are you sure Sir Cedric Hardwick started this way?
I don't know what could have happened.
I do. Those stage hands are the cause of all your trouble. One of my proton energy pills will take care of them.
You can't touch us. We belong to the guild.
There you are, ZZ. Have those bad actors taken away, and let's get on with my career.
And once again, the forces of evil turn out a flop, thanks to another fine performance by that real-life hero, Rock Ramjet.
Roger Ramjet and his eagles fighting for our freedom. Fly through wind and outer space, not to join 'em, but to beat 'em. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station. So come and join us, all you kids, for lots of fun and laughter, as Roger Ramjet and his men get all the crooks they're after. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station.
As this spasmodic episode begins, the mail has just arrived at American Eagle headquarters.
Quite a stack of mail today, kid. Say, Doodle, here's a package for you.
Oh, neat. I've been waiting for that.
What is it, Doodle?
It's something for me.
Secrets, Doodle, from your old friend?
I'll tell you all about it in good time, but right now I'd rather keep it to myself.
Well, American Eagle fans, what could be inside the mysterious package which Doodle won't tell us about, huh?
Oh, boy, I've been really waiting for this book. Hypnotism and how it works.
So that was it. Doodle had sent away for a book on hypnotism.
Am I going to surprise everybody when I learn how to hypnotize guys?
And so, day after day, Doodles practiced his secret hypnotism lessons.
I hate to pry into the kid's private business, but Doodle has me worried. I think I'll just peek into his room and see what I can find out.
And so, that afternoon, Roger just happened to be inside Doodle's closet as the young eagle began his secret practice of casting a hypnotic spell.
What's he doing with that book? I'd better watch every move he makes.
Now, let's see. Oh, yeah, first you hold up this bright spinning object to get your subject's attention, and then you say, "Look into my eyes. You are growing very, very sleepy. You are now asleep. When I say awake, you will be a giant chicken. Awake!"
Uh-oh. Do you see what happened? Roger Ramjet has been accidentally hypnotized by Doodle. Oh, dear. Well, later that same day.
Hey, Doodle, have you seen Roger?
Nope, I haven't seen him in hours, but I haven't been out of my room much.
Hey, Doodle, isn't it about time you told us what you're doing?
Well, I guess so. I've been reading this book and learning how to hypnotize people, and I think I got it, too.
I think you got it all right. You better lie down till it passes.
Oh, you think I can't do it, huh? I'll bet I can make you think you're a dog, or a cat, or a chicken.
Chicken? Listen, Doodle, in order for you to put somebody under, they'd have to be pretty weak-minded.
Well, speak of the devil, for at that moment, Roger entered the room.
Okay, Roger, stop putting me on. And that's a pretty lousy chicken imitation, if you don't mind my saying so.
Hey, wait a minute. He looks kind of funny. Doodle, do you know what you've done?
It's beginning to dawn on me, yes. I guess Roger must have been watching me practice. See, I told you I could do it.
Doodle, you better snap Roger out of it right now.
Okay, let's see. What page is that on? Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
Well, this book only tells you how to hypnotize people. To unhypnotize them, you gotta get the next book. But don't worry, I'll get it soon.
How soon?
As soon as I save up another $1.98.
The news of Roger's plight spread quickly. Headlines screamed,
"Flying fool becomes barnyard boob."
but help had finally arrived, and Doodle said,
I got the book. Now we can snap Roger out of it. Say, where is Roger?
Last time I saw him, he was out in the backyard eating corn.
Well, he's not there now. Ravaging roosters. Roger has flown the coop.
Where would you go if you were a chicken?
I would definitely avoid barbecues, for one thing.
and so an all-points bulletin was sent out. Calling all cars, be on the lookout for a 6-foot chicken. Answers to the name of Roger. And in no time at all, Roger was returned safe and sound.
Here he is. We found him up on the roof, staring at a weather vane.
Quickly, Doodle snapped Roger out of his trance, and things returned to normal at American Eagle headquarters.
Gosh, Roger, did you really think you were a chicken?
Of course not. I was just playing along to give Doodle a good scare.
Oh, yeah? Then how come I found this in my closet?
And so ends another poultry episode of Roger Ramjet on the American Eagles.
Roger Ramjet and his eagles fighting for our freedom. Fly through and then outer space, not to join 'em, but to beat 'em. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station. So come and join us, all you kids, for lots of fun and laughter, as Roger Ramjet and his men get all the crooks they're after. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station.
As this erratic episode begins, we find things in a confused state at American Eagle headquarters because...
Roger, Doodle's beating up on somebody.
Now, he knows better than that. I've told him time and time again that fighting is not nice. It bruises your knuckles. Doodle?
What is it, Roger?
Come out here. I want to talk with you.
Right after the 012.
Explain yourself.
Well, I'm a fat little kid what is wearing boxing gloves and sweating on a rug a lot.
I don't mean that. Why are you wearing those gloves?
So I won't bruise my knuckles. Remember what you said?
Doodle, I have told you not to fight.
Roger's right.
I am?
Yes, fighting is bad for you.
But it's all I can do. I took an aptitude test at school, see? It was a test to see what kind of a job I could do best, and it said I should be a boxer. So I'm training for that.
You mean your test indicated that you should become a prize fighter?
That's right, Roger. My next best thing was to specialize in veterinary medicine and become a pig brain surgeon.
But, Doodle, prize fighting is a rough and tough sport. You could be hurt.
That's why I'm training so hard now, so I'll be in shape for my first fight.
When is your first fight?
Just a minute. Some punk leans on me a little at recess.
Well, boys and girls, how about them martinis on the rocks? Doodle was turning into a bully. Roger knew he had to act quickly.
I could call Punchy Peter Everlast, the ex-fighter. After what happened to him, he certainly can talk Doodle out of fighting.
Punchy Peter Everlast, the most punch-drunk fighter in the history of boxing. Punchy had been hit on or about the head so often, he not only heard bells and birds when there were none, he heard them in color. Punchy was summoned.
And so, Punchy, that's the story.
Hey, so, Punchy, that's the story.
Can you help me?
Has the bull got tobacco?
Come on, I'll let you talk to Doodle. Excuse me, champ. I'd like you to meet one of the all-time greats in boxing, Punchy Peter Everlast.
Oh, boy. Hello, Mr. Everlast.
Listen, kid, you're just not cut out for the game.
Why not?
Because you don't have no head on top of you, or no fist.
No, Punchy, Doodle is over here.
No, Punchy Doodle is over here.
Do you know any boxing tricks?
Once I pull a horseshoe out of a glove.
Get on with it, Punchy.
Get on with it, Punchy. Listen, Dobble.
That's Doodle.
Don't interrupt when I'm listening to myself talk. Dobble, you gotta give up the fight game. It's too tough. It ain't worth all that beating up.
Gosh, thanks for showing me the error of my ways.
Yeah, thanks for showing me the
Come on, Punchy, let's go. I'll drive you back to the gym.
Hey, Lefty, that's Roger Ramjet, the all-American hero, and the man who sent your father, Carl Bob Finderbender, to the pen. What say we work him over, don't we?
Yeah, good idea. Let's get him.
Sorry, Ramjet, we're gonna mow you down like now.
Just wait until I take my famous proton energy pill, and then we'll see.
You mean these?
That's not fair. I need a prescription for those.
Hey, what's going on here? Roger, hey, you guys can't do that to my friend.
No, fighting is bad.
It's not all bad. All right, you guys.
In a matter of seconds, the highly tuned fighting machine had wiped out the hoodlum element. Grateful, Roger said.
My nose hurts.
I'm sorry, Roger, but you gotta learn to keep your left up.
That's what I always used to do, but they ain't hit me in the belly.
And so, as the prize ring sinks slowly in the west, we bid adieu to our pugilistic geniuses, the men who have, once again, made this world a more oval one in which to live.
Boy, I flock on the floor that time, didn't I?
Roger Ramjet and his eagles fighting for our freedom. Fly through wind and outer space, not to join 'em, but to beat 'em. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station. So come and join us, all you kids, for lots of fun and laughter. As Roger Ramjet and his men get all the crooks they're after. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station.
As this panchromatic episode begins, we take you to the secret underground laboratory of one of the great evildoers of our time. Twice voted the coveted Fiend of the Year award, and recently elected to the Hall of Infamy, Dr. Frank N. Schwein.
Yes, it's true. I am most successful in my chosen field. And my motto is, horrible things for scarier living through chemistry.
The doc here's a corker, ain't he?
Yes, there remained only one little blot on the record of Dr. Frank N. Schwein.
Did you have to bring that up?
Don't pay him no mind, Doc.
No, Sheldon, he's right. I'm still a failure unless I can get the best of one man who has stood in my way, Roger Ramjet.
Yes, boys and girls, Roger Ramjet. Time after time, Schwein had sent horrible monsters to destroy Ramjet. And time after time, Roger, with the aid of his proton energy pills, which gave him the strength of 20 atom bombs for a period of 20 seconds, had emerged victorious.
But this time, Sheldon, this time I've got it. I found Ramjet's weakness.
Well, good for you, Doc. Good for you. And bad for Ramjet.
Well said, Sheldon. Come, I'll show you my latest creation. Well, Sheldon, what do you think?
Oh, he's awful nice, Doc. What there is of him. Ain't he might small for a monster?
No, Sheldon. He's my new compact model monster. He's really a minster.
He sure is cute. Hello there, little minster. Yeah, got him a full-size set of teeth, don't he?
He's strong, too. Show him, Bernard.
That's truly remarkable, Doc, but how's he going to get Ramjet?
Ramjet's stupid sense of justice won't allow him to hit anyone as small as Bernard here. He may beat up my monsters, but he won't dare touch my little minster.
The next day at American Eagle headquarters, as Roger Ramjet relaxed from the rigors of heroing, there was a knock on the door.
Oh, hello there, little boy. He certainly is a strange-looking little fellow. My goodness, sounds like you've been drinking too much soda pop. Well, no matter what shape your stomach's in, you... Wait, stand back. Don't you know who I am, little boy?
Well, suddenly, with superhuman strength, the little minster picked up Roger Ramjet and prepared to take him to his master. That is, the monster's master. The minster's... the master's mother... well, you know what I mean.
Put me down, young fellow. This is highly disrespectful.
Roger, what's going on? What are you doing up there?
Doodle, if this young man is one of your playmates, please ask him.
Playmates? He looks more like him.
I think he's highly sensitive.
Roger, that's no kid. He's a monster.
Nonsense. Monsters are huge.
Oh, yeah? Well, look at this tag on his collar.
Let's see. It says machine washable.
No, I mean this one. It says, if found, please return to Dr. Franklin Schwein. Roger, he is a monster. Take a pill and clobber him.
Now, Doodle, you know I can't strike anyone this small. What would people say if I beat up a tiny fellow like this?
Well, they won't say anything if I beat him up. Quick, Roger, hand me a proton energy pill. Now, monster baby, let's see if you can handle a guy your own size. Now go back to Monster City and tell Dr. Schwein he blew it again. No.
And so once more, the forces of evil had been defeated.
Don't fret, Doc. We're bound to have a winner one of these days.
And so once more, the world is a more fun-filled place, thanks to Roger Ramjet and the American Eagle. As this contrapuntal episode begins, the mailman has just arrived at American Eagle headquarters, bringing something which Roger Ramjet has been awaiting with eager anticipation.
Oh, good. It must be the latest issue of Play Hero.
No, it's your hometown newspaper.
Oh, yes, the good old Lompoc Lampoon and Swine Breeder's Journal. Always nice to read about what's going on back home.
What is going on back home, Roger?
Oh, nothing special. This time of year, everyone just sits around waiting for the season to open.
The baseball season?
No, Dee, the opera season. You remember the famous Lompoc Opera, don't you?
Oh, yeah, and that huge lady what sings so high only dogs get a headache.
Yes, Doodle, you mean the great Clara Krivich Finork. Why, she can shatter a drinking glass with a single high note.
She looks like she could also flatten a gorilla with a single punch.
Yes, the opera can be sure of another successful season as long as Lompoc has Clara Krivich Finork.
Roger, speak of the devil.
Well, he has pointy ears and a tail, and he carries a pitchfork.
Listen to this story in the Lompoc paper. It says, opera faces disaster.
What? Is culture dead in Lompoc?
Impossible. I wonder what the trouble is.
It tells about it right here. Clara Krivich Finork is a holdout.
A holdout?
Yep, she wants a big raise and a 3-year no-cut contract or she won't sign.
Oh, what a shame. She knows the opera will go broke without her. Come on, gang. Let's go see if we can talk some sense into her.
And so Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles winged their collective way on an errand of mercy to save the Lompoc Opera. On their arrival, they were greeted by the impresario, Herman Zingmeister.
Ach, Herr Ramjet, this is terrible. Claire says if we don't give her what she wants and all that junk, she'll quit opera forever and join a ladies' softball team.
Join one? She could be one.
Who's the manager of this softball team?
Who else but Lompoc's answer to Connie Mack, the one and only Ma Casey Ramjet.
Okay, girls, look alive out there. Hit 'em where they ain't. Round the horn, fire that apple, hit the dirt, furl the mainsail, hoist the jib.
Mother.
Sorry, Mac, no unauthorized personnel on the playing field. Oh, hi, Raj, what's up?
Mother, you're destroying one of Lompok's finest traditions by recruiting Clara Krivich Fanork for your team. If she plays softball, she can't sing in the opera.
Don't be bush, Raj. I didn't recruit her. She likes to play ball, and what a sticker she is. Hey, Moose, get in there and take a few cuts. Okay, coach.
Wow, what a shot.
Did I do okay, coach? You sure did, honey bun. Now, here's the deal, Raj. We're playing for the tournament title. If we win, Clara's going to stick with softball. If we blow it, she'll go back to singing.
Play ball! Good afternoon, fans. This is Vincent Yafnauer with a bird's eye view of the Lompoc Invitational Ladies Softball Finals, pitting the Petaluma Peepers against Ma Ramjet's Lompoc Lizards, featuring the singing slugger, Clara Krivich Fanork. Mrs. Fanork is in a box. She takes a terrific cut and... Goodbye, ladies. Clara Krivich Fanork puts the Lizards out in front with a tape measure homer.
And so the game wore on, tied up 1-1 going into the last inning.
The next hitter for Lompoc, Fanork.
Give her a ride.
Can she do it again, fans? Here's the pitch. She swings. And there it goes over the fence. Lompoc wins.
Well, Clara, I guess it's back to the sausage factory for me. No more Longren. Ach, du Lieber.
No, Herman! I can't let you down! My heart belongs to the opera! I'm sorry, Casey!
That's okay, Moose. We'll retire your jersey if we can find a case big enough to hang it in.
And so this episode ends on a high note.
As today's exotic episode begins, we find that diabolical scourge of the seven seas, Red Dog the Pirate, aboard his ship and under heavy sail.
You gotta get that thing fixed.
Get your toe out of me eye, you feathered fern. We've got to square away the ship. Scrub her down, make her shine. Me girlfriend's coming aboard today, Long Joan Silver.
And as Red Dog and his parrot, Carl Bob, prepared the ship for the arrival of the lovely she-pirate on another part of the rolling ocean...
Ahoy! There's the black now. Prepare to board her. Well, Red Dog, what dastardly plot have you worked out in your pygmy-like brain today?
Today, me pretty, I think we'll go to shore. There's an expensive boating regatta going on there, and I figure we can rob all those rich yachts and make a fortune.
Oh, good. That sounds like as much fun as when we sank the floating crap game.
And sure enough, that was the plot. Because at that very moment in time, the world's richest boating regatta was about to get underway. The world-famous Nouveau Riche Regatta of San Pedro. And the well-known guests included everybody's hero type, Roger Ramjet, and with him, the members of the American Eagle Squadron.
When does the racing get started, Roger?
Just as soon as the starter here fires his...
Sorry about that.
And so the race was underway. But meanwhile, unbeknownst to the boaters...
There they are. Dozens of gold-laden boats just right for the picking.
Rock, pick a boat, any boat, rock.
Now remember, when we get in range, we'll fire a warning shot over their bows. When they stop, we'll board them and take the loot.
Suddenly, the piratical pirates fired their warning shot. Every ship in the race stopped immediately. But the cannonball didn't.
Oh, I told you kids to leave your bowling ball in the car.
That's not a bowling ball, Roger. It's a cannonball. And look, it was fired by that boat.
Why, that appears to be Red Dog the Pirate. I didn't know he belonged to this yacht club.
He's boarding the ships and he's looting them.
We'll take that diamond necklace, too.
Oh! Up with your wings, up with your wings. Give us your birdseed. Hawk!
As the full-scale looting continued...
Roger, you gotta help.
So that's how you want to play, is it?
You got it, baby. You got it. Hawk!
Then you leave me no choice. I'll take one of my proton energy pills. They give me the strength of 20 atom bombs for a period of 20 seconds. Now you're done in, Red Dog and Long Joan Silver. The Coast Guard will put you away where you can't hurt anyone for a long, long time.
I wonder if me boat insurance covers being rammed by a ramjets.
And so, once again, thanks to the nautical ingenuity of Roger Ramjet, another disaster was... Cowabunga! Nearly averted. Today's ambiguous episode begins in a secret government office known simply as the Space Race Place, where General Malfunction is confronted with a problem.
Gentlemen, to stay ahead of our enemies in the space race, we've got to do something sensational. Any suggestions?
Yes. Why don't we put a space capsule into orbit?
Yes.
And then have a man get out of the capsule.
Yes.
And walk around in outer space.
That's it?
Well, yeah.
That's the entire suggestion?
Well, I thought it might be kind
The whole idea?
Yeah.
It's been done!
Say, what if we have the first man to ride a surfboard in outer space?
Surfboard? Edsel, you've done it again!
Oh, thank you, sir, but where will we find a guy to do a weird thing like that?
I know just the man to become America's first astronaut. Amici, put a call through on the hotline. Ramjet?
What?
Report to Cape Canaveral, Connecticut at once. We're sending you on a mission to outer space.
But, sir, I was just on my way to the opening of the Lompoc Music Festival. They want me to throw out the first violinist.
Never mind that. Your country calls.
And so Roger Ramjet prepared to take his place alongside other astronaut heroes as the first man to ride a surfboard in outer space.
Ramjet will be in constant touch with you from our tracking stations all over the world.
Any final instructions, sir?
Yes, take good care of that equipment. That's a rented surfboard.
And in a few moments, the huge rocket carrying Roger Ramjet's space capsule slowly lifted from the launching pad and headed for its destination.
Perfect liftoff. In a short while, he'll be beyond the pull of gravity and in outer space.
Hurt. Howie. Ooh. How's it going up there, Roger? Painfully. I seem to be bumping into things. Is your belt fastened? Oh, how foolish of me. Well, as long as I'm unattached, so to speak, I think I'll take my surfboard and get into space. Ramjet? Yes, General. I don't want to come in yet. It's beautiful out here. I love it, as a matter of fact. This is fun. Ramjet, yes, sir. You did hook up your safety line, didn't you? Yes, sir. I've got it attached right here to my waist. And the other end? Other end? Ramjet, you're in orbit. Is that anywhere near Malibu? You're floating in space. Your capsule has left you. There's no way for you to return to Earth. That's very discouraging, General.
And as Roger's capsule and Roger orbited eternally in outer space, the world reacted with near apathy. In Moscow, they said...
Roger who?
In Berlin, they said...
Roger who?
In China, they said...
Aha! The first Chinese astronaut, Roger Who?
But the situation grew hopelesser and hopelesser for Roger Ramjet as he continued to orbit the Earth. And then suddenly...
Marinated meteorites. It looks like a police roadblock.
This your space capsule?
Why, yes, but who are you?
Outer Space Patrol. Let's see your registration.
No, I must have left it in my other pants. Here's my air travel card.
Sorry, I'll have to give you a citation. No registration and playing in a no-surfing zone. Now get in this capsule and get out of here.
Ramjet, somehow you've done it again.
Well, thank you, General. It was nothing, really.
But tell me, how did you ever get back in your ship?
Well, it's a long story. You see, I was walking down the street.
And so ends another typical day in the life of America's superhero and all-around good guy, the one and only Roger Ramjet. As this exacting exciting episode begins, we find Roger Ramjet speeding along in his beautiful auto, the Ramjetmobile, when suddenly...
Ramjet?
Oh, hello, officer.
The chief wants to talk to you downtown.
And as Roger sped toward City Hall, in another part of the city, a dastardly crime was taking place.
Ralph, I've been robbed!
And in still another part of town...
A burly blur just picked my pocket.
all over town, the same thing was happening.
So that's the story, Roger. A pickpocket has hit the city and is stealing everything that isn't nailed down.
There's a definite criminal element lurking about, Chief.
I know what's going on, Ramjet. Put a stop to it.
Good suggestion, Chief. Solid thinking. I'll see that your superior hears of this.
I'd see that your superior heard about you, too, but I'd have to talk to everybody 2 years and older.
What a chance for Roger Ramjet. A crime wave has hit the city and the police are helpless. Roger Ramjet is the only man who can stop the thief. Come on, Roger, we'll witch ya, baby.
Quick, Roger, wake up. The pickpocketing is still going on, and you haven't done anything about it.
I have so. I've gotten myself a goodly amount of rest, so I'll be ready for them.
That's good because we think we know where they'll strike next.
Yeah. Are you ready for this one, Roger? The secret word is party.
Secret word? Oh. Well, you've been a wonderful couple, and I've enjoyed talking to you, but now it's time to play You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word at any time and divide $100 between you. Now, it's a count,
No, Roger. What doodle means is this. Look at this story. Lady Huge Jewels to have party. Read it. It's all about all the rich people in the city who are going to Lady Huge Jewels' place for a party tonight. What a perfect place for a pickpocket to strike next.
You're right, Yank. We'll have to do something about it. We'll go to the party.
Good thinking, Roger.
Yes, lay out my best Roger Ramjet suit, and we'll rub elbows with the 400.
Rub elbows?
Well, we'll have to. They won't shake our hands.
And so it was. The night of the big party arrived, and so did Roger Ramjet.
Sputtering space sparks. It's a costume party. Wait, I'll just tie my handkerchief around my face. That will disguise me. Now I'm all set unless I have to blow my nose.
But suddenly, just as the party was becoming raucous, the lights went out.
Must be the pickpockets. Oh, good. Somebody caught the lights. I'll have to mingle about. Here now, what do you think you're doing in that man's pocket?
Getting a match.
You didn't ask him for one.
I don't talk to strangers, see you.
I'll head him off. Here. I know exactly where he's going. He's a fanatic pickpocket, and he won't be able to resist. I knew you'd have to come into the billiard room and pick the pool table's pockets. I know the type. You're under arrest.
Okay, Ramjet, you caught me. But before we go to jail, I have one little request.
What is it?
How about one game of rotation, and I'll break?
Roger, you've done it again. How can I ever thank you for your heroic efforts?
Find the officer with the key to these handcuffs. We can't get loose.
Sorry, Roger. You have the pair that has no key. It was lost on St. Valentine's Day years ago.
But...
Don't worry, Roger. Justice will still be served.
Well, boys and girls, what a silly ending to a thrilling story. But don't worry, Roger will find a way to make things right before you know it. More pockets will be picked before many a moon sets. And then we'll all... Wait a minute, my wallet's gone. Stop that! Wait! Help! 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 Pickpocket! As this emphatic episode begins, let's join Roger Ramjet as he enters General G.I. Brassbottom's office in Washington.
Good day, your generalship.
Good day, Gower.
You sent for me, General?
Yes, I did, Roger. I was very depressed, and I wanted to see a clumsy clod do a pratfall in my office. Naturally, your name sprung to my lips.
I understand, sir. Tell me, how's it going, war-wise?
Not well at all, Roger. We haven't had a good fight in weeks. It's too quiet. But enough of this wool gathering. I do have an assignment for you. This packet contains secret government plans for new worldwide bases. I want you to deliver it to the vice president of our country.
Who?
The vice president, you know, old... What's his name? Never mind, here's his address. Roger, don't let anything happen to these plans. They're very important.
I understand perfectly.
That worries me.
And as Roger Ramjet, address in hand, started for old what's-his-name's house, the always dangerous Jekyll and Hyde.
Aided by her assistant, Stanley, he is probably at this very moment scheming a nasty plot against our country.
Stanley, we have looked through every briefcase in Washington, and we still have not found the plans for the secret army base.
Yeah, all I found in there is a peanut butter sandwich.
Well, Wait, isn't that Roger Ramjet? And Stanley, he's got a secret. Quickly, we'll have to capture him.
Listen, driver, can you take me to see the vice president?
Who?
Never mind, here's the address. I'm in a hurry, so let's scribble.
That's scramble!
Oh, sorry about that. Driver, are you sure this is where the vice president lives?
Who?
It doesn't make any difference where he lives. You're not going to see him.
What? Why, you're Jacqueline Hyde.
And you're very perceptive.
No, I'm Roger Ramjet.
Hand over those secret plans, Ramjet. My country needs them. They'll reward me handsomely for them.
No, I can't do that. The general would holler on me.
See this gun?
Since you put it that way.
But as the two nasty spies congratulated themselves, that lucky hero, Roger Ramjet, was still hot on their trail. As the weird threesome drove toward the border, an alert policeman said,
Hey, wasn't that a car dragging a man behind it?
Either that or a man pushing the car in front of it.
Come on, let's scrimmage.
That's scribble.
Thank heavens you're here, officers. These people are spies and imposters, and they have secret plans I was to deliver to the vice president.
Who?
Really, darlings, would you believe a man who rides on the outside of taxicabs?
I see no other way to handle this. A proton energy pill is called for. That should hold you. And here are the plans. See, officers? I was right.
You must be Roger Ramjet, a hero.
Looked like hero brutality to me.
But brutal or not, Roger Ramjet had saved the day once again. He had guarded our country against the forces of bad guys. And as Roger Ramjet rings the bell of the vice president's mansion and delivers the secret plans...
You?
I'd like to see the vice president, please.
Who?
As this enormous episode begins, we join the scourge of the seven seas, Red Dog the pirate, and his parrot Carl Bob aboard their ship.
This is it, Carl Bob. The letter is from the Pirates' Union. It says, and I quote, "Pirate war games are set to begin today. Come on, me loverly bird. Let's set sail."
Set sails in the sunset.
And so Red Dog and Carl Bob floated their way toward the War Games, the annual event which pitted the dirtiest, rattiest pirates in the world against each other in a mock battle. There was Pegleg Percy, Hard-Hearted Hannah, Long Joan Silver, Captain Kidd, Black Bart.
Ahoy there, you despicable people!
Where's your sense of humor?
All right, men. We're all here and the war games will begin. Now remember, these are only games, so the only important thing is to win. The end justifies the means. It doesn't matter how you play the game. It's whether you win or lose that's important. On your marks, get set, war!
Were on in full swing. Look at those pirates having each other. And just at that time, who do you think was flying over the area inside of an aeroplane?
Ramjet to Eagles, look down there. Seems to be a war going on. I'm going down for a closer look.
I guess that's a little too close.
Down to Eagles. Roger's been shot down. We better get back to land for help.
This is a very poor welcome. Funny, these ships all seem to be pirates. I wonder if this is their annual war games.
I think we're winning, Carl Bob. you see what happens when you get a little overconfident?
It is the war games, and I have an idea. I'll sabotage all these ships, and the pirates will think each other is to blame. Then they'll sink each other, and the world will be free of these rascals. Or at any rate, that's the way I see it, plan-wise.
Hey, Carl Bob, do you smell water?
Brother, can you smell a raft?
Oh, that's dirty pirating, that's what it is. War games is war games, but this is unfair. And I'll bet I know who done it, too. It was Black Bart.
Let's scuttle this bird.
Who done this dastardly deed? Must have been Long Joan Silver. I'll fix her.
As the pirating continued, the American Eagles were on their way back with the help for Roger Ramjet.
Carl Bob, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that Roger Ramjet's being rescued over there?
I feel ill.
You don't suppose he had anything to do with destroying our pirate fleet, do ya?
Of course he did.
Don't tell the other pirates. They may think bad of me.
And so, with the pirates unhappily floating on top of the water, Roger Ramjet has been safely rescued. And thanks to him, yipe! Nearly disastered another aversion. As this artistic episode begins, Roger Ramjet, that all-American good guy and internationally famous devil-may-care flying fool, greets the members of the American Eagle Squadron with a bit of startling news.
Get ready, gang. I have a fun day planned for all of us.
Oh, boy, are we going to a ball game?
No?
A picnic with lots of lunch?
No?
To the beach?
No. We're all going to an art exhibit.
An art exhibit?
I knew you'd be pleased. There's nothing like a little culture to make a person well-rounded.
Roger, I'm so rounded now that every time I fall down, I rock myself to sleep.
Gee, Roger, do we have to go?
Of course not. You can stay here and do a few chores. Let's see. The windows need washing, and your room could use a good cleaning, and...
And so it was that the American Eagles decided to accompany Roger to the famous Fanork Art Gallery.
Kids, I have a special reason for wanting you here today. They're having an auction of works of that great contemporary painter, Rembrandt van Gogh. And there's one painting I really have my heart set on.
Oh, here's a picture that looks familiar.
I should think so. That's the famous Mona Lishness, one of the most valuable paintings in all the world. It's worth millions.
Oh, yeah? I wouldn't even trade it for my autographed picture of Gary Owens, the famous whistling disc jockey of Mitchell, South Dakota.
Nevertheless, Doodle, it's worth a fortune.
Uh-oh, I think I see the picture that Roger has his heart set on.
Boy, that's a beauty. I wonder how much it will cost.
Probably a pretty penny, Doodle. I imagine all these art collectors will be bidding for it, but I'm prepared to meet any offer.
The next item, ladies and gentlemen, is this beautiful oil portrait titled Claude in a Weird Costume. Now, who will open the bidding? Do I hear a bid?
$1.75.
That's an insult. $5.
$10.
This is ridiculous. $12.
$12.50.
Well, that does it, kids. I have to drop out at this point.
Sold to the gentleman in the back row.
Gee, that's too bad, Roger, but I guess whoever bought the picture wanted it pretty badly. And look who it is.
Yes, boys and girls, look who it is indeed. It's Noodles Romanoff, that man from Nasty and sworn enemy of Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles.
Romanoff, why on earth did you buy a portrait of me?
You misjudged me, Roger, old pal. I'm one of your fans. I want your picture to hang in Nasty headquarters as a reminder to us no-goods that crime doesn't pay.
Noodles isn't such a bad guy after all.
Something's fishy about this, Roger. I still don't trust him.
How could you be suspicious of anyone who has such good taste in art? Why, Noodles is a fine, sensitive...
Suddenly, the quiet atmosphere at the Fanork Gallery was shattered by a terrible outcry.
Help! Police! The Mona Lishness has been stolen!
And sure enough, the frame which once held this invaluable art treasure was empty.
Never fear, we'll catch the crooks. They can't have gone far.
Hey, there goes Noodles Romanoff. I'll bet he had something to do with this.
Hold on there, Romanoff. Let's see that painting.
I don't see why they're persecuting that fine fellow.
Uh-huh, just as I thought. Noodles Romanoff took the Mona Lishness and hid it behind that painting of Roger. Here it is.
Romanoff, you swine. You didn't want my picture at all. Give it to me.
Okay, Ramjet. Here with my compliments.
You've ruined my picture.
And this time, Roger Ramjet was so angry, he forgot to take a proton energy pill. Not that he needed one.
There, that will teach you not to deface works of art.
And so, once again, the world is a more artistic place in which to live, thanks to Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles. As this impossible episode begins, we find Roger Ramjet at home in the American Eagle Squadron headquarters doing one of his most favorite things in the whole wide world, reading famous quotations from Bartlett's.
Here's an interesting one. It's not the crenella muffin from the monkey that is important, but whether or not the peanut butter is smooth in its consistency.
Who said that?
What?
That quote.
I did on April 24th, 1948.
Doesn't make much sense to me.
Hello, Roger Ramjet talking, saying, hello, Roger Ramjet talking. What? You're in trouble? Can you come and see me? Well, of course you can.
Ramjet?
Just a moment, I'm on the phone.
That was me, man.
Oh, well, I'll put it down.
No, don't put it down, man. Like, everybody puts everything down nowadays. Don't put it down.
Whatever you say. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm like a hip-hop tune. You probably read about me in the jazz polls.
What seems to be the problem?
Well, guys are after me, see, like, and they want to play rub-out with my life, and I don't dig. I mean, I'm just getting to where I understand what life is laying down, Sweets, and, you know, I don't want to blow the take.
What did he say?
He said somebody's trying to kill him, Roger.
Oh, well, in that case, you need help.
You're beautiful.
And as Hip laid on told the story to Roger, evil hands were fingering up the works.
Well, boys, here it is, our chief competition. We gotta get rid of their big draw, hip-hop tune. He's so famous, everybody's coming to this club and not to our club, the Mink Pussycat.
Right, absolutely.
That's
bad food.
Ever since we bought that nightclub and tried to go legit, we've had trouble. The only way we're gonna make our club pay off honestly is to be dishonest. Now we've warned Hip not to play here no more. If he tries, we'll do a job on him, right?
Job.
You said there, yeah. So that was it, was it? Oh, boy, Roger Ramjet won't stand for them kind of shenanigans. Will he, gang, huh? He will?
I won't stand for that, Hip. It's dastardly.
Well, here's the gig. See, I got this note. It says if I play one more set at the club like this rival group is going to outfit me in cement shoes, you know? But I got to play them, man. I need the bread.
Bread?
Money.
Oh, well, don't worry. We'll be your personal bodyguards. We'll escort you to the club, sit through your performance, and take you back home.
Pretty.
But that was not as easy to do as it was to say.
Rats, I can't hit that drummer. I'll try another bomb. Missed again.
Boy, Roger, Hip is a great drummer.
Yes, Doodle reminds me of my own days at the Cotton Club.
Roger, something funny's going on. His drums are smoking.
And that's exactly what it looked like. The smoke from the bombs Noodles was throwing was engulfing the stage. Roger Ramjet was quick to react.
Pay no attention to it, boys. Probably just part of the act.
No, it isn't. It's Noodles Romanoff. Look, the man behind the curtain. He's throwing bombs at Hip.
I'll soon fix that.
Hey, man, not through the drums, like...
They're trying to bomb you.
Be my guest, man.
Romanoff, you're through. I'll just take one of these proton energy pills.
Ramjet, you're getting to be a bad habit.
There you are, Hip. The bad guys are taken care of. I'll have them all taken off to jail.
All the bad guys, eh, man? Is my agent in there?
Roger, you did it again.
I did?
Yeah, pretty. Thanks for helping me on this gig. I owe you a lot. And I'll pay you, too. I mean, say, Tuesday. Wednesday the latest.
And so the curtain rings down on another musically inclined episode of Roger Ramjet and the American Eagle Squadron!
Sorry about that.
This galactic episode begins at Space Race Headquarters in Washington, where General G.I. Brassbottom has reached an important decision.
Gentlemen, I've reached an important decision. I'm going to use my get-out-of-jail-free card instead of rolling for doubles.
But, sir, How about the space flight to Venus?
Yes, General. Have you made up your mind about that?
How come you guys always change the subject when I get boardwalk in Park Place?
Sir, our space scientists report the conditions are perfect for a manned flight to Venus.
Don't you think I know that?
No.
Don't be insubordinate, or I'll forget you're my nephews and make you go to officers' candidate school like everyone else.
Yes, Uncle General.
Now, who are we going to send? We are sure our spaceship can reach Venus, but the trip might take years. We just can't spare any of our astronauts for that long.
Maybe we could find a volunteer.
Who would volunteer for a mission like that, knowing they might not get back to Earth for a long, long time?
Gentlemen, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
And so it was that Roger Ramjet reported the next day to Cape Canaveral, Connecticut, where he was to take part in one of the most serious space missions in history.
Did you say a few years?
Yes, Roger, there's no telling how long you might be gone.
But, sir, I can't do that. Who will run my hero business while I'm gone?
Your young friends of the American Eagle Squadron can fill in for you.
But my library card comes up for renewal next month, and I have a dental appointment, and...
You should have thought of those things when you volunteered, Ramjet.
I didn't really volunteer. You called me up and double-dared me to do a nutty thing.
Ramjet, are you turning chicken?
Sir, I don't know the meaning of the word.
Oh. Well, it's a bird-like creature with feathers that goes...
But after some serious thought on the matter, Roger Ramjet agreed to make the dangerous flight.
But what if I run out of fuel?
There's a credit card in the glove compartment. See you around, Raj.
It's good to be home after that long space trip. Hope the kids are okay.
Yes, old-timer. Can I help you?
What do you mean, can you help me? I'm the leader around here.
I'm sorry, sir, but I happen to be the leader of the American Eagle Squadron. Yank is my name.
Yank? Why, Yank is just a boy, just like Doodle and Dan and Dee. No, she's a girl.
Who is it, Yank? Oh, hello there, old fellow. Look, Yank, he's wearing that old-fashioned squadron uniform. Haven't seen one of those for years.
Doodle, Yank, don't you recognize me?
Well, you do look familiar. Did you ever live around here?
But don't you know Roger Ramjet, that all-American good guy and devil-may-care flying fool?
Oh, poor Roger went on a mission to outer space 20 years ago, and he hasn't been heard from since. That's his picture up there.
Yes, most people have forgotten about him, but not us. He was a great guy.
Boys, don't you recognize me? It's me, Roger. Rip Van Ramjet is more like it. Come on, dagnabbit, boys. Let me in.
Sorry, old-timer, we're busy. Come back some other time.
Wait, open up in there. I'll punish you both for this. Open up, I say.
Ramjet, are you all right? Speak to me.
Well, that's the hero business for you. Go away for a lousy 20 years and they forget all about you.
Ramjet, snap out of it. The rocket misfired and fell right back to Earth. You were knocked out for about 20 minutes by the impact.
20 minutes? It seemed like...
They're getting another ship ready, Ramjet. You can try it all over again.
Let me out of here!
Ramjet, come back!
As this exasperating episode begins, we find Roger Ramjet basking in the fame light of his own heroism. Roger had just received a very important letter.
Listen to this. Dear Roger alumnus, we are proud and delighted to inform you that a statue in your honor has been erected on your campus at dear old Rutgers University. We would like you to come for the unveiling ceremonies. It's signed X.
X?
Yes, he's the president of good old Rutgers. Winfield X. Goulden, one of the all-time greats of college presidents.
But I didn't know you went to Rutgers University.
I didn't either.
I thought you went to Spy U at East Point.
I did, too.
Well, if you didn't go to school there, how can they honor you?
Well, I probably went to school there. You see, I was very young as a child, and I was in and out of a lot of schools.
And so confusing as it seemed to be, Roger packed his bags and prepared to leave for New Jersey and the ivy-clad walls of Rutgers University, his old alma mater. Maybe.
We're all set.
Okay, kids, let's scramble.
Let's scramble!
No wonder I'm always the last one to the hangar.
Quickly, Roger and the American Eagles were airborne and headed for Rutgers U. But in another part of the country, right center, I believe it was, evil plans were being plotted by the evilest guy in the world. Noodles Romanoff, the man from Nasty.
Okay, boys, now you got the plot?
God.
What's
the plot?
Ramjet's gonna receive some kind of dumb award. And when he steps up to unveil a statue, we're gonna push his little plunger. So right? So right. It'll be attached to a charge of TNT in a statue, and it'll blow him all to Vicksburg, Michigan. We'll never be bothered by Ramjet again, right?
Right as the rain that falls from above.
If this wasn't a cartoon show, I wouldn't put up with you guys.
Ramjet to Eagles, Ramjet to Eagles. That looks like Rutgers below us. Prepare to land.
Roger and the American Eagles hurried just as fast as their flabby little legs would carry them over to the unveiling.
And I'd like to thank all the old grads, Walter Trepling, Harold C., Pee Wee Gosnick, Stanley R. Rode, Garth Whipple, and that whole crowd for showing up. And I'm sorry that our guest of honor couldn't be here, but now it's time for the unveiling.
Get ready, boys. The moment we've been waiting for. The end of Roger Ramjet.
Here, Your Presidency. Allow me. I made it just in time.
Who are you?
I'm the guest of honor.
In a dress?
This isn't a dress, Your Presidentship. It's my Roger Ramjet outfit.
Looks ridiculous. All right, unveil it. Very poor resemblance. Are you sure you're Roger alumnus?
Roger alumnus? No, I'm Roger Ramjet, all-American hero and...
In a dress?
Let him have it, boys.
That's a wonderful shtick. How'd you do it?
I didn't do it, but I have a good idea who did.
All right.
That's the last time I'll buy TNT at a discount store. You can't trust nothing these days.
It's off to jail with you criminals. You won't be bothering anyone for a good many episodes to come.
Ramjet, eh? I've just had your records looked up. You did go to school here. Even though the statue was in honor of someone else, we're going to leave it in your honor. Congratulations.
So I did matriculate here, eh?
Yes, you flunked out.
Oh.
And as another stirring episode of Roger Ramjet comes through.
I'm very sorry, Mr. President.
As this emphatic episode begins, let's join Roger Ramjet as he enters General G.I. Brassbottom's office in Washington.
Good day, Your Generalship.
Good day, Gower.
You sent for me, General?
Yes, I did, Roger. I was very depressed, and I wanted to see a clumsy clod do a pratfall in my office. Naturally, your name sprung to my lips.
I understand, sir. Tell me, how's it going, war-wise?
Not well at all, Roger. We haven't had a good fight in weeks. It's too quiet. But enough of this wool gathering. I do have an assignment for you. This packet contains secret government plans for new worldwide bases. I want you to deliver it to the Vice President of our country.
Who?
The Vice President, you know, old... What's his name? Never mind, here's his address. Roger, don't let anything happen to these plans. They're very important.
I understand perfectly.
That worries me.
And as Roger Ramjet, address in hand, started for old what's-his-name's house, the always dangerous Jacqueline Hyde. Aided by her assistant, Stanley, he is probably at this very moment scheming a nasty plot against our country.
Stanley, we have looked through every briefcase in Washington, and we still have not found the plans for the secret army base.
Yeah, all I found in there is a peanut butter sandwich.
Well, Wait, isn't that Roger Ramjet? And Stanley, he's got a secret. Quickly, we'll have to capture him.
Listen, driver, can you take me to see the Vice President?
Who?
Never mind, here's the address. I'm in a hurry, so let's scribble.
That's scramble!
Oh, sorry about that. Driver, are you sure this is where the Vice President lives?
Who?
It doesn't make any difference where he lives. You're not going to see him.
What? Why, you're Jacqueline Hyde.
And you're very perceptive.
No, I'm Roger Ramjet.
Hand over those secret plans, Ramjet. My country needs them. They'll reward me handsomely for them.
No, I can't do that. The General would holler on me.
See this gun?
Since you put it that way...
But as the two nasty spies congratulated themselves, that lucky hero, Roger Ramjet, was still hot on their trail. As the weird threesome drove toward the border, an alert policeman said,
Hey, wasn't that a car dragging a man behind it?
Either that or a man pushing the car in front of it.
Come on, let's scrimmage.
That's scribble.
Thank heavens you're here, officers. These people are spies and imposters, and they have secret plans I was to deliver to the vice president.
Who?
Really, darlings, would you believe a man who rides on the outside of taxi cabs?
I see no other way to handle this. A proton energy pill is called for. That should hold you. And here are the plans. See, officers? I was right.
You must be Roger Ramjet, a hero.
Looked like hero brutality to me.
But brutal or not, Roger Ramjet had saved the day once again. He had guarded our country against the forces of bad guys. And as Roger Ramjet rings the bell of the vice president's mansion and delivers the secret plans...
You? I'd like to see the vice president, please.
Who?
As this exterminating episode begins, we join Roger Ramjet, that all-American hero and devil-may-care flying fool, as...
Hello. Oh, yes, General Brassbottom. What? Come to Washington? Well, I'm rather busy, your warship. Very well, sir. If it's that important, I'll be right there.
I don't like the looks of this.
The looks of what?
That's better. It unnerves me to see you come in without falling down.
Glad I could help.
Ramjet, we've got a real problem. Red Dog is acting up again.
Red Dog the pirate?
No, Red Dog the brain surgeon. Of course, Red Dog the pirate. Do you know any other Red Dogs?
No, but there's a little spotted terrier on the street where I live.
Red Dog is attacking every ship on the ocean. Last week he looted 342 vessels. You've got to stop him. Unfortunately, we're depending on you.
Don't worry, General.
What? Me worry?
And so Roger was right back in the thick of the hero business. In order to stop the criminal antics of Red Dog the pirate, Roger thought...
I'll have to locate him.
And he thought...
I'll have to capture him.
And he thought...
I'll have to file my income tax. Wait, I have it. The perfect way to stop Red Dog. A pirate can't operate without an ocean, so I'll drain the ocean.
And that's exactly what he did. Roger Ramjet dived into the ocean, climbed to the bottom, and pulled the ocean plug, draining all the water out.
Well, that should fix him. No more water, no more pirate.
Aha, but Roger didn't reckon on the likes of Red Dog the pirate and his trusty bird, Carl Bob.
Arr, it's things like this that tend to cut a pirate's income down.
Rock, dry as a bone.
But me fine feathered friend, old Red Dog ain't to be outsmarted. Now here's me plan.
And what do you think his plan was, you little red-eyed viewers? Red Dog put wheels on his boat and made...
a prairie schooner. Rock!
Come on, Carl Bob. Now we can pirate people all over the world.
Hey, you want to get that contraption over in a slow line?
Shut up, matey. We're coming aboard.
I got to move closer into town.
Give me your valuables.
Ethel's never going to believe this.
Rock, thank you kindly.
We're coming aboard.
Well, move to the rear of the bus.
Put your purses in the pot, boys. Rock.
That's the last time I'll leave the driving to you, Ralph Cramden.
Oh, and so with motorists being held up all over America, Roger Ramjet set out to right the wrong.
I certainly hope I can entice that pirate to board my car. That way I can take my proton energy pill and pound him nicely and put him in jail. What's that up ahead? It looks like... it might be, I think...
Roger was right. It was Red Dog holding up still another motorist.
Arr, all right, mateys. We're coming aboard to rob you. Now give me all your money and...
and badges. Rock.
That's right, and badges. Yikes, you're policemen.
You got it, fella. Let me see your registration. You check the bird, Frank.
Right, Joe. Can I see your license, ma'am?
We've been swindled.
Yes, ma'am. You're under arrest.
What for? Rock.
Pirate's license is expired. Let's go.
Congratulations, officers. You've just captured two of the most dangerous criminals in the world.
Yes, ma'am. That's our job. Right, Frank?
What's that, Joe?
Catch him. And, sir?
Me?
That's right. This is for you.
What is it?
A ticket.
What for?
The policeman's ball. $25, ma'am.
You want to get it up, fella?
And so as Roger Ramjet got it up, the world had been made a safer one in which to live, thanks to everybody's heroic hero. The only problem was Roger had been assigned one additional task by the government, filling the ocean back up.
Being a hero is not always what it's cracked up to be.
When Ramjet takes a proton pill, the crooks begin to worry. They can't escape their awful fate from proton's mighty fury. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station. So come and join us, all you kids, for lots of fun and laughter, as Roger Ramjet and his men get all the crooks they're after. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to